you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
I'm amazing, Sean. Thank you. How are you?
Come on, Gina, you're amazing. We got some incredible folks. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your courage, your vulnerability, your time, your energy. Let's have some fun and let's explore the power of integrous influence and maybe what to do with it. So, Gina, we have some extraordinary people here today. Please.
We sure do. Sean, coming from St. George, Utah, this man says when asked why he became an attorney, he says it goes back to his college experience in a lot of ways. Played college football for 4 years and was a starting offensive lineman, the workhorse. He said he didn't care about the glory or spiking the ball, cared about getting the job done. And as an attorney, he wants to find solutions for people. He's with us today, Mr. Travis Christensen, just extraordinary gentleman, estate and legacy planning, small business, author of a book called Legacy Planning. Welcome to The Real Raw, Travis.
I love it.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, legacy planning. Awesome, Travis. Thank you for being here from St. George, also the home of Diamond Ranch Academy, I believe. Is that true?
Diamond Ranch is actually in the town I live in called Hurricane, and I actually know the director of that and the people that own it. So great people.
That is amazing. Yeah, an extraordinary place. Absolutely. So welcome to the party, Travis. And please, what's your fun fact?
Well, I was talking to Gina the other day as we were prepping for this, and I just shared that my fun, crazy fact is my very first job was herding turkeys and helping to artificially inseminate turkeys at age 8.
Oh my goodness. I'm serious.
Better man than me.
Travis' 8-year-old fun fact beats your 8-year-old fun fact from now on, Bella. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right.
Thanksgiving dinner or a club sandwich, I look at as revenge. So
Sean, I think that's one of the top fun facts. That is for sure. We've not heard that before.
I'm turning purple. So thank you, Travis. That is absolutely unbelievable. And I am not going to touch any of that. So, but thank you.
That's enough.
By the way, I love your approach in discussion about football and being in service of team and leadership on the front line, because what people on the offensive line do in football. And I was a college baseball player at Columbia University, but I was thinking about playing both in college, and certainly my high school football experience actually eclipsed even my college baseball experience as for what it did for me understanding that team. And the often unsung heroes on my team were not unsung at all, being on that offensive line. So love what you're sharing about team and service and all that you've done and all you're doing in the world. Thank you.
Sean, I forgot to tell you, he was also a president of the Southern Utah Bar Association in 2010 and 20, by the way. Clearly a quite incredible leader. So, yes.
Absolutely. Appreciate you being here, Travis. So, Gina.
Thank you.
All right. So, Sean and Bella, next up, this guy, this wonderful gentleman out of Kansas City at 16 years old.
Oh, no. Yes.
Do you want to edify? You want me to go?
You got
it, Sean?
Yes, you got it.
So his 16-year-old job was a baseball cart. It was his first business that he started, I should say, at a baseball card shop. Started a baseball card shop. That was his first entrepreneurial venture. Still owns it today. Pokemon collectibles. So he started We Buy Gold shops. You might have seen those around the country. Escape Room, Mastermind, EscapeGames.com, Bury the Hatchet, Investor, Crypto. I mean, just extraordinarily amazing in creating these companies. And about 2 weeks ago, his first online game, PokeCourse.com, to buy and sell Pokemon cards. I think that's when you launched it, right? Absolutely extraordinary. I think you know this gentleman, Mr. Bayman Zakeri, is here with us today. Welcome, Bayman.
Thank you. Sean, how you doing? Surprise.
Surprise, brother. And by the way, do you remember sleeping in this bed?
Why would you show that to everybody? All right, fine. I'm just gonna get it off my chest.
Bayman put his underwear in his straw. So we'll just make sure that's clear. So what's up, brother? How are you?
Good. When I stay at Sean's house, that is my bedroom, the Hello Kitty bedroom. It's off limits. So if you also stay with Sean, you cannot stay there without my permission.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Bella's in trouble.
I've already broken that rule.
That is Bayman's space. So what's up, brother? It is great to see you. Love you. Bayman was one of my first friends in the Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership, and was in a room when some crazy epic things happened, and we've enjoyed much. So what's your fun fact, my friend?
Well, she kind of spoiled it a little bit. You know, I've been trying to work my direction to mentoring young underprivileged entrepreneurs. And, it's not just an easy task to just start that journey. And I partnered with Tim Sykes. I don't know if any of you guys know who Timothy Sykes is, the stock market guru that made a bunch of money 20 years ago, whatever, buying and selling penny stocks. And he does courses, and he aligns very well with the Tony Robbins community. He's actually personal friends with Tony. And I got lucky enough that he wanted to partner with me because he's got the infrastructure set up to promote this course. So Tim's a huge philanthropist. Sean, if you remember, he created the 50 Minutes to Save the World. Most of us don't know that our coral reefs are dying, and possibly within the next 30 years, there will be almost no oxygen on Earth. So they're trying to save the coral reefs through preservation. And he also saves animals through animal cruelty, and he's got a charity that opens up schools all over the world for underprivileged kids in third world countries. And so when Tim found out about me through my little brother, he said, "Hey, I'm going to promote you. You're going to be one of my gurus. My whole marketing team will promote this deal, and we're going to get you to your goals." So ultimate goal, obviously, is to contribute and serve humanity. And it looks like, Tony Robbins always talks about it's not how, it's who. And, you meet a lot of the who's, and Tim has been a huge catalyst. So the course is launched, Sean. It's finally out there. And so now it's just simply, creating the Facebook ads, the YouTube ads, and all this stuff. And it's a work in progress.
Listen, Bayman, appreciate you. Love you, brother. We've had a ton of fun and adventures for sure, and hopefully many more to come. Yeah. Loads of it. So Bayman, final fun fact. I guess this is for Bella and Gina. So first of all, Bella, how many times have you heard me say the name Bayman? Or Gina, how many times have you heard me say the name Bayman?
I've heard it a lot.
I've heard it a few times. I feel so lucky and honored that I now get to experience the Bayman. This is the best day of my life.
Me too.
And second, Bayman was in the room that caused the idea, one of the ideas that launched The Real Raw when COVID hit. Is, by the way, thank you all for being here. You're more than, you're 5 of more than 3,000 people who've appeared as guests on The Real Raw now since the beginning of COVID.
Awesome.
And Bayman was in the room when the famous moment with Jonathan Cohen occurred, Bella and Gina, that we talk about. And that was like the genesis for the idea of the show, in part.
Hold on. You got to back up a little bit, Sean. Actually, there was a little prequel to that. It was in the back of your limo with John driving, Mariah, me, Liz, and you, where you just launched. I mean, whatever got into your system from that day forward, you were ready to just take it to the next level, brother. And I've never seen anything happen so fast in my life. You were telling me, and it's not that I doubted you, it's that we all know a lot of talkers in the business world. You accelerated and created this Unblinded at like record speeds. I'm just so proud of you. I can't believe that it happened so quickly. It was unbelievable.
And I often say that I do tell that story, Bayman, that you and Mariah were the original sources of my friendships, relationship capital. And we talked about all this, and I love you. I love her. And Bella and Gina have met Mariah. Now they meet you. And like the story doesn't change. Like, you know, it's like source in Platt world, Mariah Bayman. So thank you.
That's amazing. And have you told, I don't know how much time we have on the show, and I don't want to take up, you know, your time, but do they all know like the history of like the finance trip of you bidding on that $100 bill and all that stuff?
Good. Please, it's worth sharing because it fits into what we're doing here. And
okay. So we were all, this is how I first met Sean, is we were at in Sun Valley, Idaho. I think it was 2018, and we were at the finance trip. So it's a Platt only event. And Tony Robbins did this random thing where he pulled a $100 bill out of his pocket and he wanted to auction it off to charity. And I think it went to Operation Underground Railroad or one of those big charities that we all love and support. And so we all start bidding, and you know, the bids at like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And I'm like needling Tony because I'm at the front of the stage. And in this event, because it's only Platt, you can get in really close proximity. And so I start needling Tony, hey, can we bid in Bitcoin? And Tony's like, stop, no. And at that time, it wasn't like as mainstream. And then it gets to like these crazy numbers, like $10,000 and $15,000. And it's all of a sudden this random guy in like row 57 in the back right, okay? Nobody knew who this guy was. And then Douglas and Mary, if you guys don't know who they are, very wealthy people in the Platt community. And so this random guy in the back keeps outbidding them. And all we're thinking is, you can't outbid Douglas and Mary. They'll outbid you in a second. And so it gets to this crazy number, like 15 or 20,000. And then Sean just said, he gets the microphone. Tony says, I want to know who that is back there. And they give him a microphone. And Sean tells a story about winning one of his big lawsuits and had pledged to tithe, I think 10% of the winnings from that or something like that. So he literally tells them, I'm prepared to bid up to $1 million for that $100 bill. And you could just see like Mary and Doug just like fold their poker hands, like wag their tails. And they're just, so Tony's like, okay, I got to stop. This is getting out of hand. And he goes like, the next $100,000 that comes out as a bid gets it. And Sean's like, I'll bet 100,000. And that was it. And so the reason I'm telling you that story is I still didn't really know Sean until the leadership conference that Tony does in San Diego. And this is where it gets really good. So amongst all these small businesses I own, I usually do pretty well staying out of the courtroom, trying to, you know, if there's an issue, just take care of the customers, settle whatever's wrong, because that's the best way to always do it. While I'm in leadership, while I'm at this event with Sean and a bunch of other Platts, I get served with my first lawsuit for one of my businesses. And it's not just a lawsuit, it's a class action lawsuit against my axe throwing business. Now, so I'm the guy that jumps from like zero to hero, right? Zero to class action. I mean, that's what like AT&T and like FedEx and these companies get sued for. And we're this little small business getting sued. So at night, I'm stressed out. This is something that I have never been through before in my life. It's really rough on me. And we're all congregating after the event at one night. And Sean, who I didn't know that well, I knew of him, was sitting at the table. So I'm telling Mariah and Deepak and all my close friends the story. How am I going to get through this? Oh my God, what am I going to do? They're going to sue me for everything I got. And when I paused, this voice just starts speaking out of my right ear. And he goes, "Hey, you said your name was Bayman, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." He goes, "Hi, my name is Sean Callaghy. And he says, I've settled 2 of the largest, lawsuits or whatever in the last however many years. And I'm telling you right now, I've got your back on this. Anything you need, you've got nothing to worry about." And I'm like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm Sean Callaghy." And we shake hands. And from that point on, I tell you what, everything exploded. And it was Sean's selfless willingness to serve me in need at the right moment that just attracted me to like his generosity. I'm sure you guys all know this, being around him. He's such a giver. He expects absolutely nothing back. And I was at a dire spot. For me, I'm a pretty strong guy, but being in that spot, and Sean, he gave me some coaching here and there, and we made the right moves and we settled it very quickly within a couple months.
Amen. I love you, brother. And you changed my life as well, because you introduced me to Milo. If you don't introduce me to Milo, I don't meet Jonathan Cohen. If I don't meet Jonathan Cohen, I don't end up on Tony's stage and having all the things that have happened. And I love you, and you changed my life as well. So
the Lord worketh in mysterious ways. I won't take full credit for it. The Lord empowers us to do these random things, and that's how it happens. That's how the magic happens, brother.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome. Thank you guys for, by the way, your patience with that. What that really is about, though, is the superpower of influence. And P.S., super fun fact, Mary Gertz and Douglas, we were just with them this weekend at Syrian Beck's Ranch. Bella just got to meet them. Nicole was there with them as well. So crazy, like I hadn't seen Mary and Douglas in, a while since the pandemic. Maybe it was October, actually. So, and I was just with them, and now you. So amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you. Gina, and thank you, judges, for your patience. Thank you all for your patience. Love Bayman, love you. Gina, let's talk about these amazing judges.
All right. This daughter of blue-collar Jamaican immigrants raised in a large, tight-knit family, centered their lives on faith, hard work, and education. So she probably understands what we're talking about here. The last of 6 siblings, family law, civil litigation out of South Florida. Welcome to The Real Raw, Tasha Simmons.
Tasha, how are you?
You're on mute, Tasha. Tasha, you're on mute. There you go.
There we go.
Welcome, Tasha.
Thank you. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thankful Thursday. Where are you from in South Florida?
Fort Lauderdale. I was born and raised. Yeah.
So you enjoyed our crazy thunderstorm and pouring rain that we had this morning.
Oh, it's not South Florida without a completely just random, abrupt thunderstorm.
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta wash all this stuff away. You need the rain.
I'm getting used to it. I'm a new Floridian, so this is new, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah, and Bella, are you in the Callaghy law offices in Florida, South Florida?
I am not today, Sean Callaghy, because I am flying out in a few hours. So I'm taking calls, packing suitcases, doing laundry. So I am at home today.
And Tasha, so Bella's down there in Bayman. Bella and I are on our way to Costa Rica for the Platte trip tomorrow. So Tasha, what is your fun fact, besides the fact that there's a lot of rain in South Florida, that you sound extraordinary? What is your fun fact?
I guess my fun fact is that my dad and my late uncle are some of the foundational artists in the ska genre. They kind of, like the Godfathers, or like that seminal class of artists back in Jamaica decades ago that started that genre of music, ska and rocksteady.
And how do you pronounce it?
There's ska music, and then there's rocksteady. They were born at the same time. They're like cousins.
That is really cool. That is awesome. And do you get to go back to Jamaica often?
Not often, no. As a matter of fact, I went for the first time as an adult near the 50th Independence. It is hot there, but it's beautiful. And when I was planning to go back recently, we were blessed with this this test of a pandemic. So I'll be headed back out there soon.
Awesome. I've never had the privilege. I've heard, and I love the Caribbean. I've heard Jamaica is beyond extraordinarily beautiful. So
you got to get in the falls. You got to get in the Gun River Falls. It's an amazing experience.
Awesome. Well, Tasha, thank you for being here. And yeah, we're going to have some fun today. So Gina,
for having me.
Let's go. We got Tasha and who else?
All right, coming from Baltimore, Maryland, this real estate and corporate transaction rock star represents commercial real estate developers, commercial property owners across Maryland, Mid-Atlantic region. She is here with us today, purchasing, selling, financing, complex leasing transactions. Welcome, Caitlin Zaro to The Real Raw.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And what is your fun fact today?
My fun fact is I'm going on a short weekend trip with my family to National Harbor, but just really excited to be able to travel, do weekend trips and stuff again.
Nice. And National Harbor is in Maryland?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. That's awesome. Congratulations. And you are from what state? One more time?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Cool. And so, because in Baltimore, you have Inner Harbor, which is gorgeous and beautiful, and that incredible aquarium. Yes?
Yes, all true.
Yeah, awesome. And so, what's your mission in the world, Caitlin? What are you looking to create?
I'm looking to create positive impact on my community and to, especially uplift women in business here in Baltimore and beyond.
No, very, very cool. So we appreciate you for being here. We're gonna have some fun today. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Gina, we got Caitlin, we got Tasha, and
another amazing attorney out of Miami, Florida, personal injury, practicing for 3.5 years, Mr. Alfredo Rubio. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Alfredo, thank you for being here. And what part of Florida are you from?
Miami.
Nice. Miami. South Florida is in the house today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what is your fun fact?
I would say that I am the youngest of 6 and yet the only attorney in my family. So I guess I'm the only one that made
it. That is awesome. And what's your mission in the world, Alfredo?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What is your mission in the world? Like, what are you looking to create?
I don't know yet, Sean. Taking it day by day, and just as long as I keep moving forward in my career and continue to help people, I'm kind of happy with that for right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Progress is power. So perfect is the enemy of progress, and progress is power. So awesome job,
Isn't
brother.
that the truth? Thank you.
Gina.
All right. Coming to us from Aspen, Colorado, Bella Verita, Sean Callaghy, meet Diane, and everyone. Meet Diane Hutz, construction attorney, construction manager, construction arbitrator, 2 amazing sons, and a very supportive husband. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Hello. Thank you, Gina.
How is Aspen, Diane? Like, that's an awesome place.
It is an awesome place. Right now, it's a little smoky. Before everybody else came on, I was talking about how we're kind of in fire season now. But it is awesome here, and we're looking forward to the summer and everything getting opened up again after the pandemic and all the tourists coming in, and it's just beautiful right now.
Awesome. And are you a skier?
I am a skier. I'm not a good skier, but I am a skier. But there's so many other things. Everybody always thinks of the Rockies for skiing, but between hiking and paddleboarding and mountain biking, and there's so many things to do here. So our summer times are as busy, if not more busy, than the winters here.
Very cool. Well, we had the privilege of being out in Boulder. I know it's not right around the corner, but we're in Boulder last weekend for a fundraiser with Siri Lindley, who you saw there, and Melissa Etheridge on Believe Ranch and Rescue, horse rescue. What a beautiful state. What a beautiful state that you live in.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Absolutely. And what is your fun fact?
So my background is construction. I started my career out on large construction sites, and if you might be able to imagine, being a woman on a construction site can have its challenges for sure. But I was put in charge of the rebar placing crew, so steel placing crew at one point in time. And my nickname while I was doing that was Iron Maiden. So it's a little unusual, I guess. So yeah.
That is super fun, and appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, awesome. So now we have the influence sorceress, the one and only Bella Verita, who stands in the world for sourcing talent Talent for what? Talent for causing the growth of business. You need somebody in marketing, selling. This is the person, because she not only sources, places, recruits, finds people with aligned talent, she does it modeling what she's done in her life. She may have not been artificially inseminating turkeys at 8 years old, but while that's happening for Travis, she was causing sales from her front lawn in crafts, then progressing to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, eventually becoming not the number 3 or 2, but the number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada, obviously a space of intense competition. And now she is the co-host of The Real Raw. She is extraordinary in her heart-centeredness, love, influence, public speaking ability, and she is somebody that is making amazing things happen in the world as she drives forward aligned talent, helping businesses grow and scale. Bella Vrita, you're extraordinary. What is your fun fact and what's happening today?
You know what, Sean? I'm going to share the fun fact that you have been waiting for me to drop all week. And since we're not going to be here for Fun Friday, you mentioned, that we were at Beck and Siri's Ranch over the weekend. Melissa Etheridge was there. Do you have any Melissa Etheridge fans in the house? So, and if you follow Melissa Etheridge, you know that she has got a cannabis farm because she, believes in plant medicine and cannabis. So I might have partaked in a cannabis campfire with Melissa Etheridge and like 25 of her closest friends.
And you might have puff passed to Melissa Etheridge since you were sitting directly to her right.
That's correct. That is my fun fact.
That might have happened.
That might have happened.
And my fun fact is I might have ducked, held my breath, and avoided any inhalation in that circle since I have never smoked anything nor taken anything in my life, and I wanted to keep my record intact. So I might have been trying to hide that fact from Melissa Etheridge as I was holding my breath and hiding my head and face. That might have happened as well.
That might have happened.
Yes.
I think you really missed out on a lot of fun though, Sean Callaghy.
Yes, but we still had our fun in the circle. So, and my final fun fact is it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. And we're going to have some fun. And integrous influence is how we cause our money, our time, and our magic to rise. Whether it's raising money for charity, how do we have like $100,000 that we hope to raise and raise $1 million? Because we may have been involved in that. How do you break sales records on stages for some of the most extraordinary accelerated businesses in the world like Tony Robbins? How did these things happen with micro distinction shifting? And how do you create top 100 national jury verdicts in unique levels? All of those things gave rise to this reality. In a capitalist structure, there is suffering. There's suffering for money and time. How do we create leverage? How do we cause acceleration while creating integrity and impact in the world? That's what the show is all about. So thank you all for being here. Gina, mwah, you represent that every level. We love you. And by the way, rock stars might chase Gina around Jersey Shore beach clubs trying to make out with her, but that's a story for a different day. So Gina, we love you. It's not a non-integrous fact, but we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you. Have fun, everybody in the multiverse. Hope to see you soon.
Gina.
Ciao. Bye.
Those rock stars, Gina. Thank you. Bella, who's going first?
Oh, it's got to be Bateman, of course.
All right.
Who else would it be?
Yeah, Bayman is not shy, and he's truly amazing and incredible, and we love him. So Bayman, what this is all about, as I think you know, is going from hello to yes. You're a genius at going from hello to yes, Bayman. Yeah, so Bella will be anybody you want her to be, whatever a relevant yes is. Maybe it's how you create one of these amazing strategic alliance partnerships, which you just did. Maybe it's how you sell a baseball card or you cause somebody to autograph something. Whatever a yes is that will be fun and meaningful for you, Bayman, that's who Bella will be. Bayman, who would you like Bella Vrita to be?
Okay, so since I just launched the new course, I'm having to do obviously sales with key influencers on trying to get them to become affiliates for this course, right? And that's not always easy because not all these big influencers want to have their name attached to every single program or whatever that's online. So I guess if we're going to role play with this deal, I guess she's going to be the person that I'm selling, right? And Bella, you're going to have to be like somebody on YouTube that has like millions of subscribers and followers, and you're maybe a little bit skeptical about the fact that you don't know much about me. And look, we're promoting a Pokemon course for how to buy and sell Pokemon cards and make money on the side, which maybe you're not super enthusiastic about right now, but my goal is to get you to say yes.
Okay.
All right, Bella, take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How you doing? This is Bayman. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for taking my call. I know you're super busy. And from what I hear, you're an absolute freaking rock star out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. That I think you own that entire state, don't you? From what I've heard. Anybody that wants to buy and sell a business, don't they come through you? There's no other water they have to chart through to get to?
Yeah, they used to. I'm not in Nevada and business brokerage anymore, but yes, they definitely used to, for sure.
And I'm sure you've got lots of connections still that remain in that state and throughout the country. But again, I appreciate you taking my call. So my goal here is for you to understand the real purpose of this course. Although it seems like we're selling something for children, and most people correlate Pokemon with the cartoon, which it is, but they don't understand the depths at which Pokemon has grown into as a national worldwide phenomenon like Star Wars and Disney and all these big licenses. And I just so happen to be in the business and grow with it over the years. And after going through Tony Robbins and other life changes, which I think a lot of us every now and then hit, bless you. Again, ready and look at the, by the way,
keep going.
my mom told me if you look at the light when you're trying to sneeze, if you look at like a light bulb that's turned on, it'll help you sneeze. I don't know.
That's what they say.
Anyway, so the idea behind this is a lot of us go through really tough times, and sometimes you get through what's called the midlife crisis or something where you're really trying to find your real purpose in life. When we're all young, we feel invincible and we feel like the world's never gonna stop and we're never gonna die or something like that. When we finally feel that we are mortal and that we're here for a real purpose in life, and you find out that purpose, it really drives you to climb that second mountain, so to speak. And so my second mountain in this world is to try to mentor and teach as many entrepreneurs with entrepreneurship hearts in this world as I can, preferably underprivileged, because I came from no money. So my target is underprivileged entrepreneurs. And I didn't know how I was going to get this going. I started with a bunch of YouTube videos. They're up. You can see them. There's over 100 videos on YouTube, just to create something out there in the world so people can see what I've got to say and talk about. But then I've had friends like Chris Crone and Sean and things like that said, do what you're good at. Start there. And then, Sean even said it in this particular conversation, perfection is the enemy of progress.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to sit there looking for this perfect person or group to get me to grow me to this level, we're losing valuable time. So again, finally, I got into somebody that was willing to partner up with me and get this to the next level. And here's why I need you. We're trying to get this message out there. As you guys know, with COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs. There's a lot of people that are super depressed and unfortunately suicidal as well, some of which have already taken their own lives. And that some of those people could have been saved if they were taught a home-based business that they enjoyed. What if they started a home-based business with their children, like their children were into Pokemon and they watch Pokemon?
So Bayman, I'm going to interrupt just because I got to run right now. I'm not exactly clear on what it is that you're doing, so I might need some more information. But just because you're Sean Callaghan's friend, I might be willing to have another conversation. But I'm not clear on like this Pokemon, like all this stuff. But I'm willing to have a little more of a
So I've learned in life that you got to incentivize people multiple ways, right? So my goal here is to not only touch your heart, so that you understand that we all as a group, we need to make a huge impact, a big change in the world with the way entrepreneurship is taught. Standardized schools don't teach it. When you get out of school, high school, college even, believe it or not, most people don't know how to do their own taxes and read financial documents, start a business, things like that. It's a very simple thing if taught correctly. So the ultimate goal is I would like to ask you for your help in achieving that mission. And ironically, we're also going to incentivize you. So I want you to be an affiliate. I want to do a 50-50 partnership split. I know you got 10 million subscribers or whatever you've grown to on YouTube. So this is kind of a no-brainer for you. I want you to watch the course. There's 30 episodes. So you're going to watch the course. You're going to look at the videos. You can give me constructive feedback. If you think it stinks, just tell me. We're going to redo it completely if enough people say that. And then if you authentically believe in this purpose, that we're going to change lives and teach people at home how to create a new business, a new source of income, and change the world single-handedly that way, then not only will you feel good, but you're going to make a bunch of money.
I love it.
Yeah. Hey, Bella, I'm sorry, Damon, interrupt. Bella, it's Mary Gertz. She wants a rematch on bidding for the $100 bill. Can you talk to her and figure this out?
I would love to see that rematch between Sean Callagy and Mary Gertz. I would pay hundreds of dollars for a front row seat to that.
Damon, awesome job, brother. Appreciate you. We're going to see what the judges say in a minute. So, Damon, great job. Travis, who would you like Bella Rita to be?
Unmute. I got to unmute. I will tell you probably from in my world, that I would have as an ideal client for my law practice would be, just a very high net worth person that I can get and convince that what I can do for them with estate planning is better than anybody else.
Beautiful.
Awesome. All right. Bella likes money. She got some money. Travis, keep us in.
Hey, so Bella, I understand you've got a little bit of money. So how did you come into the money you've got?
Well, I started selling drugs as a teenager and really learned how much money you can make by selling things.
The thing to remember, Bella, I'm going to interrupt you. So if it's just you and I in the conversation, we have attorney-client privilege. We've got Bayman and Diane and Alfredo. So let's just, things that might be a little gray, we'll just gloss over those. You were in pharmaceuticals. So anyway, continue on.
There you go. Yes. And but through that, I actually learned, in that career, I'd had decided that probably wasn't the ideal career, but I did learn how to sell, and I learned how lucrative selling was. And so I've spent my entire career in sales, and now I have a talent and placement agency that places salespeople and business development people within businesses. So.
All right. So what is your ultimate goal with this wealth? And what's the end game look like for you?
I think the end game is, I would love to develop the business in a way where, I could leave it to people so that it could continue on. And then I also want to start my own bank someday.
Oh, excellent. So preserving that wealth for other generations even is an important thing for you.
Correct.
All right. So are you concerned at all about like risk that might happen if you, get in a car wreck or something and, hurt a famous person, say Tony Robbins at one of these events, you cause an injury and he decides to sue you for millions. Are you concerned at all about protecting those assets from liability concerns?
I mean, I'm a pretty high risk individual, so I don't really, think about risk too much. So I probably have not thought about that much at all.
All right. So listen, what I can do.
And I don't think I would go to a Tony Robbins event and like try to trip him in the aisle or anything. I feel like that would, definitely not be a good HUI moment.
There you go. And it would have been an accident, clearly negligence. Intentional stuff I can't do much about. But so if I can lay out a plan for you that would demonstrate how we can make sure that your goals with your money are accomplished, we can protect your assets from predators, and maybe even find some tools to maximize that wealth using some financial tools that I'm aware of, can we sit down and have a more in-depth discussion and do a detailed analysis of where you're at and propose a comprehensive plan?
I think that would be a great idea.
All right. So we need an hour sometime. When's your schedule open?
Next week, Wednesday at 2:00.
I'll make it work.
Awesome. Thank you, Travis.
Yeah. Hey, Bella, just real quick. Thank you, Travis. It's Jen Connolly, Tony Robbins' publicist. She's like, why are you saying you're going to trip Tony Robbins at an event and what's happening?
He threw a lemon at me the last event. It's payback, bitches.
Travis, awesome job, man. Let's go to the judges. Tasha, we're going to give 30 seconds of feedback, please, to Bayman from you. 15 seconds what worked, 15 seconds what could be optimized, and then please a score on a scale of 1 to 10. Tasha, what do you have for Bayman?
Okay, well, I wanted him to get there just a little more quickly. He did a great job of explaining to the role player what is in it for you, right? You don't want to just go and say, well, look, I want you to do this. I'm inviting you to do this. he made it about her or the person she was portraying. I don't know if it was a female or a male, but he took the time to explain, listen, this is my vision. I'm not just here to talk to you about that though. You have a vision too. And this is how we can, he used the word partner or partnership. I really liked that. So I just wanted, it seemed like he was building to something and I was just like, just say it. Other than that, he engaged.
And your score for him is?
You said 1 to 10?
Yes.
I'm going to be the big meanie since I'm first, and I'm going to say an 8.
All right, nice. Excellent. Tasha. Kaylin, what did you have, please, for Bayman?
What worked is definitely the laying out the agenda of what he was planning to cover on the call and sort of why it was there. I think what also worked was, I agree with Tasha, laying out why the partnership would be great for the influencer. I was on the exact same page as Bella when she said, I don't know what you're asking me for. So we sort of got lost in the story. You sort of lost track of what the point was. So I think.
And your score for Bayman is?
6.
Nice. Okay, thank you, Caitlin. Let's go with Alfredo. Please, 30 seconds of feedback for Travis and a score, please.
Sure. So I love how he really talked about the story and what it means to him and trying to work with more underprivileged entrepreneurs. But I do think in the conversation, you had to get to the hook a little bit sooner because it almost feels like you're losing the person. So if you get onto a hook, like almost like a partnership first or something of that sort, along with the emotional tie that you have
Alfredo,
to the business.
You're giving feedback to Travis, not Bayman.
Oh, to Travis?
Yeah.
Thank you, though, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, sorry. For Travis, my bad. Travis, I loved it. I love that you kept asking questions and coming up with risk factors she hadn't even thought of, honestly, which is the most important part, I think, in your job is to protect people from things they don't even know they need protection from. So I really love that factor. If it's like a sales thing, I know with attorneys, sometimes we have to schedule like the in-person aspect of it, but sometimes if you have them on the phone, if you can just get them at that point, that's even better than worrying about 2 weeks, 3 weeks later where they can go to potentially someone else. But I honestly love that.
And your score for Travis is?
I'd go with a 9.
Beautiful.
Great feedback, Alfredo. Thank you for that. Diane, please, what did you have for Travis?
So I also liked the way that Travis was asking questions and basically pinpointing where he can target his comments. I mean, to be honest with you, I was ready to hire Travis at the end of that. So I thought he did a great job in, like Alfredo said, sometimes we don't realize what we do need. And I think he did a great job of helping Bella identify that. So I would, just jumping ahead, Bella, because I know what your next question is going to be. I would give him probably a 9.5 on that.
Man, super insightful feedback. Great job. Thank you. Really awesome. So yeah,
I could have done better. I could have said, I am going to mail you my book so you can read it before our get together so you'll know what we're talking about. That was a mistake I made.
Hey,
in my book, right there, baby.
Travis, I want to congratulate you on crushing me out of the park.
Well, lucky for you, Bayman, this is the time in the show where we get to put Sean on the hot seat. Where we get to see him go from hello to yes on anything that anybody wants. And, we do this in random ways sometimes. And because I just noticed that my good friend Diane has a multiple nail polish situation going on, just like Bella Verita does, I'm going to let Diane get to choose. Would you like to put Sean on the hot seat today and give him a scenario going from hello to yes? Or would you like to choose one of these other fine folks and they get to put Sean on the hot seat?
I think I would like to put Sean on the hot seat.
Okay. You look nervous. You look nervous, Sean.
I am incredibly nervous.
But I think I need a little more instruction on what I need to do this.
So essentially, Sean is the role player. So you're going to give him a scenario that he can go from hello to yes on. And that scenario could be with you or it could be with anybody else here. Like he's been President Biden before. He's been past President Trump before. He's even had to go from hello to yes on a 3-minute marriage proposal for someone to stay in the country. He's had to like get someone to wear makeup, like it, so it can be any. He even once, this non-plant medicine woo person had to enroll a very conservative attorney to go to Burning Man, like so it could go all over the place.
Okay. Because that's kind of where my brain was going a little bit after you described your weekend with Melissa Etheridge. I think Sean should sell Tasha on the benefits of medical marijuana.
You are a quick study, my friend. Super insightful. Great job today. That is a lot of fun. So, Tasha, would you permit me to enroll you in this scenario of communicating about the benefits of medical marijuana?
Remember, I'm the Caribbean here. I don't know how much I need to be sold on any.
How about we go? You are an ultra conservative vantage point on this point, and you are against medical marijuana.
She's Ron DeSantis. She's
All right.
a Floridian. She can wear the Ron DeSantis hat.
I'm that person. Let's go.
Sound good, Tasha?
Let's do it.
All right, amazing. So, would you like to still me call you Tasha, or would you like to be a different name?
Tasha's fine.
Okay, awesome. All right, Tasha, listen, I really appreciate you taking this meeting. I know that as a part of the Florida legislature that you're very concerned about medical marijuana. And quite frankly, I share your concerns in many different ways. But can I have this 2-minute and 45-second moment to see if you think it makes sense or more sense to have a longer meeting? Would that be okay?
You can try.
Yeah, well, thank you. So can I ask this? You know, I've heard a lot about your policies, and what I'm present to is that you believe in causing better lives for people in the state of Florida, that you believe in family, you believe
Absolutely.
in people having accountability and responsibility for their decision-making. I've heard that you believe in smaller government, and that you believe in people and their responsibility for creating their own fiscal responsibility and their lives. Is that a fair encapsulation of what you believe?
Absolutely. Government isn't here to be liked. You know, it's not about pandering to what people want. It's about doing, what's right.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
doing as little of it as possible so that the free market can have its way.
Yeah, awesome. And if you had it all your way, how would you picture the future of Florida, the future of America, if you don't mind? Like, please paint that vision and picture according to you, Tasha.
There'd be a mom and dad in every home. There'll be parents in every home. I want to see everyone taken care of, but they got to do it by the sweat of their own brow. Every household should be earning their own income, and we should all have as many kids as we can afford to have, so that the government doesn't have to step in. It never should have to do that. If everyone just understands the line between their choices and the consequences, there's a lot of what government's doing now that it wouldn't need to be doing. So in the future, I see healthy families, big families, intact nuclear families, where no one's in jail, no one's trying to take anything from anyone else. And I think that's the way you have peace. Everyone owns their own stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So Tasha, would it be okay to just share for the last minute and a half or so that we have a couple thoughts to see if it's worth having a longer conversation?
I'm listening.
I agree with every word you said. And I have never smoked marijuana. I've never taken a drug in my life. And I believe in the government having a small role. I believe in people being individually responsible. I do believe in some safety nets, story for a different day. But I believe that we, as people who believe in personal responsibility, smaller government, have an extraordinary amount of confusion. And I think there's all kinds of confusion in how we align political parties. And I cannot for the life of me understand how the government would want to prevent marijuana from being legal. It causes incarceration. It gives people options in socioeconomically depressed environments, options to go into business illegally without taxation, causes addiction, and all kinds of craziness that to me makes utterly no sense. I don't care, I could care less about using these products, but we haven't even begun to talk about the benefits actually of marijuana in relieving anxiety, in solving for depression issues, and all of the other amazing benefits that are scientifically proven. But let's pretend none of that was in existence. I don't know why we want to stop people from doing the things they want to do, because it's not even working anyway. And we're filling prisons with people that are selling for other people when our very government is making deals with drug cartels from around the world to keep our nation safe. They're making the most utility-filled decisions possible. Everybody's making the most utility-filled decisions possible, including a 9-year-old who's walking around the streets, who has an opportunity to become a drug lookout at 9, make money. Why would they ever say no? And I have no idea why we would perpetuate this dynamic. It makes no sense to me. When you have a product that causes less harm than alcohol, less deaths than alcohol, and again, I don't use it, but I'm looking at this logically from a sense of utility. And if we do believe in family values, we do believe in individual responsibility, let's make individuals responsible. Let's take an option out of less socioeconomically advanced areas, and let's take the option out to sell drugs illegally. Let's take that out of the equation, and let's give people the ability to do the things they want. Now, I know you're not convinced yet. I am clear on that, but I have numbers, statistics, and data that will blow your mind. And I get that there's voters. I get people don't think deeply, but we don't start changing things unless we stop towing party lines and we start dealing with truth. And I'd love to have a conversation about truth with you because you seem like an extraordinary person of character. So if that doesn't resonate, I get it. I hope it does, though. I'd love to spend some more time. So Tasha, what are your thoughts?
I think the truth is the most important thing. I can talk about truth some more.
Awesome. Well,
I'm curious about your information you say you got there.
Yeah, awesome. Well, step out of role. Thank you, Tasha. How did that feel for you?
I should have did a different name so I could really get into it. I don't know. Did I seem like myself or did I seem like myself?
Great.
I can't wait to tell this hello to yes story.
How did you feel about how I approached it?
Listen, I know a lot of, I drew my inspiration from real life. But yeah, that was fun. And I caught some stuff you did. It's like while I was in the character, I was still trying to like learn from what you were doing. So that's good. You used some buzzwords and I thought that was really smart.
Well, lucky for you, Tasha, here in just a moment, the team is going to drop a link because what Sean teaches, the integrity-based human influence, there is a formula. There's 12 steps, 4 energies, 12 indispensable elements, 4 energies, and 4 steps. And the team is going to put a link in. He just did. You're going to want to download that because it might have some of the secret sauce in it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Great. Caitlin, how did that feel for you?
I thought it was great how you were trying to align and provide, a common ground for you both to connect on before you laid out your arguments. So, and the energy that you give is so calm and positive, but alive at the same time. So it's neat. It's not like you're attacking in any way. You're really just driving forward, from a values-based perspective. So I thought that was great.
Awesome. Well, Caitlin, thank you for being here today with us in the Real Raw. How was your experience with us?
It was fun. It was different. I'm glad I was able to experience it.
Yeah, thank you. And what's a yes that matters to you personally in the world? Could be in business and something else, but like, what's a yes that you're seeking?
I'm seeking yes to access to more clients.
Yeah. And here's the bottom line. Super fun. Foundational. We're going to wrap up in 2 minutes here. Foundational is the most challenging thing to do is get yourself in front of your ideal client avatar and unpack and communicate about value. That's foundational principle number one. Foundational principle number two is all business is built on relationship. All business. And second, in that second foundational principle is all relationship is built on shared experience. So third, in that second foundation is the simple question becomes, how do you, Caitlin, how does everybody here create the most efficient shared experience to add value to your ideal client avatars? That's it. And it's not complicated to solve for. And we all might be sitting in the middle of that exact thing. So Caitlin, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Alfredo, how was your time with us today, brother?
Everything was great. I'd like to see the different perspectives. It's good to see people with kind of like a similar mindset in the world and just trying to move forward. So I appreciate you guys having me here.
Cool. Appreciate that. And of course, Diane, awesome job. Thank you for kicking the scenario and creating it. How was your time with us today?
It was awesome. I started my own business as a construction manager here in Aspen, focusing on people who are building second homes from other places, and I'm their boots on the ground, if you will. And I've been trying to figure out how to get that message out to people, how to distinguish myself. I'm relying a lot on my legal background and, being able to identify risks, so risk management, and distinguishing myself from my competitors that way, building those relationships and trying to figure out how to speak to potential clients is the thing that I've really been trying to figure out. So this was very educational for me. And I realize now that there are tools out there that I can go to and use to help do that.
Thank you, Diane. And you are extraordinary. Your energy is great. Your insight is like you listen deeply and you process quickly. So you're extraordinary. And Oprah Winfrey said, by the way, the single reason she held the microphone, or the primary reason, she held the microphone for 30,000 people and became a multi-billionaire is because she said to them, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. So awesome job today. Thank you. Let's go with Travis. How was your time with us? You did an outstanding job, brother.
Hey, thanks. I learned a couple of things, so that will help me. So thank you. So it was educational and fun.
Awesome. And we love it, right? Fun energy opens listening, right? So fun energy opens listening. Bayman, I love you. I am grateful for you. You're extraordinary. How was your time with us today?
First, when are you going to run for president? Because with your level of influence, I think we need to have a leader like you in office. My time with you guys was, they say time flies when you're having fun. I had a blast meeting all you guys. I hope this is the first of many. You guys gave me some very valuable information. Thank you for loosely translating, stop beating around the bush and get to the point. So I super appreciate that. I mean, you know how it is when you're trying to paint a picture. Sometimes it takes like an hour and sometimes you can do it in like a minute. So that's going to be very valuable for me as I'm pitching different affiliates and things like that for trying to sign up for this course. Thank you guys. You guys are all great.
Real quick to support. Love you. It's this, I think, right? Affiliate partner. You want to create impact in the world. That's what I'm hearing. You love people. You're looking for integrous joint ventures. This is solving for an epidemic. 96% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's because our educational system is teaching us about chemistry and physics when we don't need it, respectfully. Yep. They're not teaching us about money and entrepreneurship. I have a fun, gamified, family connecting, dynamic way to teach this. That's what we're doing. How does that sound to you? Is that what you're doing, Bayman?
That's basically what we're doing. 100%. Yep.
Awesome. Love you, brother.
Love you.
Bella Brita, final. You're extraordinary.
You are extraordinary as well. And final is let's not make this the end of the road, because Unblinded is having their very first live immersion post-pandemic coming up in New Jersey on the July 16th, 17th, and 18th. So, you know, if you want to see each other again, maybe see what integrity-based human influence is all about, definitely join us in New Jersey on July 16th, 17th, and 18th. Download your guide and like have a strategy session with one of our strategists. So you ask some questions and like see how the formula can apply to you, because Tony Robbins said there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity. And with heart and integrity, you can have all the magic, money, and time in the world that you want. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, Bella. And when Tony said that in that room, I had tears pouring down my face and was in abject shock. And that wasn't by accident. That's because even somebody like Tony Robbins, you can find ways to add massive value to everybody. And there's a science to it, and it's fun, and it's magical. But the greatest challenge is our prior wisdom, our prior experience, and dare I say, ego, blocks us and causes us to be all blind Belverita.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yes, thank you. Great job.